you. I am extremely excited about my guest today. I've got Victor Cuadras with me today. And although he's an extremely humble individual, I know that we're going to learn so many good things from him. Victor, welcome to the show.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling on me to join you tonight, bro. I truly appreciate it. It's
Well,
humbling.
One of my goals was I wanted to find like normal, hardworking people that have overcome some real difficult challenges in their life. And you, brother, you are one of those people, man. Your story is so inspiring. And I watch you. I follow you on Facebook. I see the new pool. I see all the things that you're doing. That wouldn't have been possible had you not turned your life around,
Amen. That's for sure. Yeah, definitely. The life that
Yeah.
I'm living right now, brother. Uh, Man, it was not even in the realm of possibilities when I was in the grip of addiction, bro. You know what I mean? I'm completely. I'm
Yeah.
like in a different world, like in a different universe, bro. Just completely switched everything up, man. So very grateful.
Yeah. So let's go back a little bit. Let's talk about your addiction. I'm really curious to hear about your rock bottom. What was it? What was your rock bottom when you were like, damn, I need to do something different?
I think, brother, let me go back a little bit before. I grew up in an addictive world, okay? And what I mean by that, addiction was
Mm,
everywhere, man. It was in the family, it was in the neighborhoods, it's in the people you hung out with, your brothers. And honestly, you didn't even look at it as a negative. It was just a way of life. You know what I mean? Drugs and alcohol were
yeah.
coping mechanisms because we lived under tremendous stress all the time, and we didn't necessarily have the
Yeah.
resources or opportunities. You know what I mean? So people self-medicate one way or another. I was just a young man when I got together with my ex, and I was with her for, oh man, let me see, about 23 years. I had four
Oh,
children. I was living my life, man. I was doing the best I thought I could, I bought a house, kind of living the American dream, man. Had a minivan and four kids, two and a half dogs, you know what I mean? Two big dogs and a little dog, man. So I call them two and a half. Um,
yeah.
yeah, man. And without getting too much into that, because I've grown beyond that, so I don't necessarily like to expose others or attack others. You know what I mean? Because when you're healed,
Absolutely.
you don't necessarily have those needs no more. Some things
Yep.
went terribly wrong, terribly, terribly wrong. And I went from coaching high school basketball. Like I said, living this page of the American dream, especially somebody from me, man, like me from the neighborhood. You know what I mean? From
Yeah.
where I came from, field worker, bro. You know what I mean? I was doing pretty good, bro. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and next thing I know, man, I'm living my life, and like I said, some things went horribly wrong in my marriage, bro. And the judicial system can be dirty. It can be dirty towards
Yeah.
men. You know what I mean? And that's something I think that really needs to be addressed, because I know a lot of good homeboys that went down for no reason, man, on false allegations or on one-sided stories, bro. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
think it's
Now, are
gotten
you
better.
talking? Are you talking about like CPS? Or are you talking about just the legal system in general?
The legal system in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and my wife were in the midst of a real nasty divorce, and cops are getting involved. Next thing you know, you're blamed for everything. You don't even have a
Yeah.
voice. Next thing you know, you're coaching high school ball. Next thing you know, you're being arrested for anything and everything.
Yeah.
So my
I've been
life
through that.
collapsed. I had a complete collapse, bro. And I went back to the only world I knew. You know what I mean? I went back to the
Mm.
only world I knew, and started hanging around certain people again. Um, Started drinking more and more. And I had always done drugs and alcohol. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna make it sound like never before. No, growing up in the neighborhood and even as an adult, weekend warriors. Maybe a couple times a year. You know what I mean? You go
Yep.
to parties, why not? But then, like I said, man, next thing I knew, I found myself homeless, bro. Literally homeless, man, on the street, bro,
Wow.
in a community that I had done a lot for, and I didn't have the coping mechanisms, man. And I started drinking, you know what I mean, more and more. And I started doing more and more drugs, mainly meth, you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Um,
That
and
was
then
my
pretty
drug of
soon,
choice.
yeah, yeah, pretty soon, for me personally, meth used to mellow me out, man. I used to get real
Me
mellow on meth,
too.
bro. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
so crazy, because they give legal version of meth to kids with ADHD. And that was what it was for me, was it made me focus because
Yeah.
I'm kind of scatterbrained sometimes.
Yeah, likewise, bro. So it was really weird, man. It would mellow me out because when I went through my divorce, not only that, obviously I lose my household, but I lost the only family I really knew, which was my wife's side of the family, and then there was a whole branch of my personal family, my personal DNA, that I had to cut them off, man, because they were involved in some things they shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
So I lost a lot of people, bro, and
Hmm.
so I just started self medicating, man. You know what I mean? I started getting more and more involved in the drug world. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
doing drugs to support myself. You know what I mean? And I just continue going, man. Continue getting out of hand. But probably at the end, probably at the peak of my addiction, I could probably go through an 8 ball by myself a day, and I was getting some pretty strong
Yeah.
drugs back then. But I would literally smoke from sun up to sundown, man. Drink whiskey like it was
Wow.
water. And I did that for a few years, man, bouncing around the streets, working my way up and down the ladder of the streets, you know what I mean? And next
Yeah.
thing I know, man, that world collapsed too because that world was very
So
unstable.
let me ask you a question, because I just like you was homeless at one point in time, and figuring that out is extremely difficult. Like, where am I going to stay? What was your situation? I found a tent in the middle of the desert, and that's where I was staying. What was your situation? Were you like in a tent on the streets? Were you like, what was that happening?
A lot of times I would bounce around from crib to crib. If you have dope, most of the time you have somewhere to stay. You know what I mean? So I did a
That's
lot of
exactly
that.
right.
I also did a lot of sleeping in cars. I straight up did sleeping in the
Mm.
desert on the dirt, no blanket. Just went far enough out where I
Wow.
figured, you know what I mean, maybe I'd be safe, and just curl up, man, in the dirt. You know what I mean? While waking up in the
Wow.
morning, you know what I mean, trying to figure out where the heck you're at. You know what I mean? So I definitely went through some hard times, man. And like I said, just a few months earlier, I had a nice house. I had my kids, and I got all this trauma
Yeah.
on me under the circumstances that my divorce was taking place. Divorces can be really hard. It's almost like a grieving process, but the people's still alive. You know what I mean? And you really don't
Yep.
understand it. And then you're like, but shoot, I did it. I did it when I thought I was supposed to. Bought a house for my family, yada yada. Then knowing that my kids were hurting, so yeah, it was just a lot of mental stress, man. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I continued on that path, bro, for it started around '03, man. So I continued on that path for, let me see, '03 for about 11 years, bro. You know what I mean? No,
Wow.
let me get back. Let me get back to you. No, 7 years. Yeah, 11, 14,
A
11 years.
long time.
Yeah, for 7 years, bro. I would bounce around from city to city. I'll go run around the streets in Phoenix for a while. You know what I mean? And then end up homeless
Yeah.
out there. You know what I mean? Bounce around down to Yuma, out on the reservation, the other side of Mesa. I was just kind of everywhere, bro. Just kind of wandering through life, and without really a plan. Realizing that I wasn't healing, but I was getting worse. And along the way, you meet a lot of people. And the crazy part is, bro, you actually meet some decent people out there, man.
You
Just some,
do.
you
You
do,
do.
bro. You meet
Yeah.
some
Decent
decent,
people that are suffering.
yeah, man. You know what I mean? And then sometimes it's easier to work on somebody else's problems than your own. But this time
Yes.
I had picked up charges left and right. Between here and Maricopa,
Mm.
and I was constantly being arrested, bro. Constantly. Now that I got my head together, bro, and I look back on it, I got arrested. Some things they didn't get me, so I got away with some stuff. I'm just being honest. But some stuff they arrested me for
Yeah.
no reason too. You know what I mean? So it was one of those deals. I guess it all comes out in the wash. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah,
It
they
does.
it became a very depressing life, bro, of drinking and trying to get high every day. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah.
sometime around I think around '08, man, I started trying to get my life back together. I did all right for a while. Um, but I would still gravitate back to dope when life got stressful. You know what I mean? I would still gravitate
Yeah.
back to dope, and I I managed to find some good employment for a little bit, and I've always had a good resume for work. But so I did this for like a couple years, but still kind of struggling. I couldn't get my feet underneath me because mentally I still wasn't balanced. You know what I mean? I wasn't healed,
Yep.
and so anyways, man, my daughter was living with me towards the end there, and then they moved away to Germany, and obviously my
Mm.
grandchildren went too, because my son-in-law was in the military, and I think, bro, at some point you're talking about rock bottom. That did something to me, bro. That did something to me that
Yeah.
being butt naked and solitary on suicide watch didn't do to me. You know what I mean? That impacted
Wow.
me in a manner that I can't express, bro. It was like they were so far away, I couldn't drive there, bro. You know what I mean? And my
No.
life just it halted. And I remember after they left, bro, I just hit a real dark tunnel, bro. You know what I mean? And I remember sitting
Mm.
and we had a pretty nice house in Blue Water Lagoon. You know, we were renting, and I remember sitting there, bro, and it was dark because the power got cut off, and you couldn't even use the
Mm.
restroom because the water got cut off and the gas got cut off. And I was sitting there, and I had enough money for a bottle of whiskey and a 20, man. And I was like, well, this ain't enough money to get me back on my feet, but at least I can numb myself. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I continue with my addictive ways, bro. And along the way, bro, I started visiting this little church up the river called Christ Church on the river, and I would just kind of visit it maybe once every few months. You know what I mean? From when I was
Yeah.
in jail, you know how the churches come in. I remember them. They
Yep.
seemed like nice people. You know what I mean? They had invited me one time to that CCR Celebrate Recovery, and I went
Yep.
on a Friday night, bro. And I get there, and there's a sign when you walked in. It was $5, bro. I didn't have $5, bro, and I was really embarrassed, man. And I was like, "Hey," I go, "Let me go get some money out of my car, man." And I got my car and I bounced, bro. You know what I mean? I didn't have enough money, bro. You know what I mean? And I was
Wow.
like, "Yeah, man." I bounced, bro, and continue wandering around. But I would go back and visit the church. One day, Pastor Rick at the time he was there, he asked me if I want to get baptized. And I was like, sure, man, why not? You know what I mean? What's it gonna hurt? You know what I mean? Yeah, I had no idea what I was getting into, bro. Well, that weekend, man, I went on a bench, bro, on a bad bench, man. I drank and smoked dope for like 3 days straight, man. I think I started like on a Thursday night. I remember Saturday night, man. I was thinking, man, I gotta get baptized in a few hours. I'm up, man. I'm wide awake, man. I'm
Yeah.
buzzed, you know. I'm hurting, and
Sweating and all that.
yeah, man. And I had a bottle of whiskey left, and people said, "What'd you do? Throw it away?" I said, "No, I drank it, man. What's wrong with you guys? Throw it away, man." And I remember drinking it before I went to church, man. You know, in the wee hours of the morning, and it
Wow.
was so weird, bro, because like I said, there was a branch of my family that had to be cut out because of some of their actions. That weekend, out of all weekends, they found me on the phone, bro, and it was like, to me, it was like the enemy was doing everything it could to trip me up, man, to trigger that anger in me. Because at this point, I wasn't even angry no more, bro. I was just like, after years of abuse, you know what I mean, of living a hard life, bro, something terrible happens to us, bro. It's like you ever see
Yeah.
an animal being eaten alive by a pack of lions or hyenas? You ever see a zebra but it's still alive? I've always said that's an addict, bro. We're still alive, but
No.
we're being eaten up. You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and I've always looked at yeah, I've always
Yeah.
looked at those animals and thought that, bro. And that's kind of what happens to us, man. And so anyways, I went to this little church, man. I had invited a couple people, you know, because earlier in the week I was doing good. So I invited a few people, invited my kids, and we went to this little church, man, and I was still buzzed, bro. I mean, I was buzzed, man. And you know, because when you're in a binge, it takes you
Yeah.
if you're in a few day, 2 or 3 day binge, it takes you 2 or 3 days to come off of it too. You know what I mean? And he asked me if I
Absolutely.
want to get baptized, bro. And I was like, yeah, all right, man. So it was the weirdest thing, my brother. I walked in the after church, you know, they had church and whatnot. And then keep in mind, I didn't grow up in church, bro. I have no experience with religion or nothing, man. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, sure, why not, man? So, anyways, I walk in the water, bro. Um, they said that when I came out after they baptized me, that I raised my hands and hollered, bro. Um, but something incredible happened to me, bro. I came out sober. It was like a miracle, bro. It was crazy.
From
All these
sorry,
years later,
we got somebody joining us in on our
that's all
live
right,
feed.
man. Hey,
Yeah.
it's funny
Um.
because my wife was asking me earlier, because my nephews and nieces are here, and they're like, "Do you want us to keep them quiet?" I go, "Absolutely not."
No.
I go, "The
Let them
fact
live
that they're
life.
here, the fact that they can make noise, those are prayers
Yeah.
answered, bro." Because I remember the lonely
Yeah.
days. You know what I'm saying? So let me
Yeah.
see. So it's kind of interesting that we picked today because as of today, I've been sober 4,138 days, bro. You know what I
I
mean?
saw that, man.
Yeah, yeah, bro.
Congratulations.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
But yeah, man. So I come out of the water, bro. I come out of it sober, bro. And I knew I was sober. Something happened to me, bro. And you know when you're locked up, you get sober. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When sometimes you get a good run in you, you're sober for a little bit.
Yep.
But this was different, bro. I never went through withdrawals, which I used to go
Wow.
through. You know what I mean? I was never craving it. I've never craved it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And something incredible happened to me, bro. And I came out of the water, bro, and I was feeling really good, man. And I was like, yeah, man, this is good. This is new. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've been sober, 11 years and a few months now, bro. But it's an incredible experience, bro. I really can't explain what happened to me. Just I mean, I often tell people, bro, I met Jesus for myself under the water. I felt a separation. I felt the Bible says that whomever is in Christ Jesus is a new creation. All things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. I felt the separation of the old and the new, bro. You know what I mean? I
Wow.
came out of there, bro, and I was feeling great, bro. You know what I mean? I thought, okay, I got this. I got this, man. But religion's a really tough business, bro. Some church people gonna get mad at me now.
Yeah.
Religion is
Yeah.
a tough business, bro.
What
Religion,
makes you
if you
say
don't,
that?
because I found soon, bro. Okay, so what drives us into addiction, bro? It's a lot of pain and a lot of inability we don't have coping mechanisms. Okay,
Yeah.
so okay,
I'm sorry to interrupt you real quick, but the thing that really upsets me, and you touched on this earlier about the legal system. Addiction is a biological issue.
yeah,
There's pain, there's suffering, there's so many underlying issues, and we take these folks that are suffering, they're
yeah,
in pain, they need help, they need love, and
yeah,
what do we give them? Punishment.
yeah.
We give them felonies. We make it so they can't vote. They have no voice. We make it harder for them to get jobs.
Yeah.
This isn't what people of addiction need.
No,
They
that's
need
not what we need,
love.
bro.
We treat it like a moral issue when it really isn't.
It's not. I was literally, bro, shoved into sales at special management unit, fed out of a paper bag, butt naked. You know what I mean? I remember one time, bro, there was ants all over me, bro. You know what I mean? I was just kind of sitting there, butt naked in the cell.
Wow.
Yeah, they treat you like an animal, bro. And even then, bro, I try to understand that they don't know. So attacking them ain't going to help me. Educating them will
Yeah.
help us all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I try to keep that mindset and that spirit about me, bro. But yeah, man, I found that church has a lot of hurts, you know what I mean? A lot of politics, you know what I mean? And next thing I know, I was experiencing a lot of pain again, man. And at the time, I didn't really realize it, bro. But it was almost this time I didn't respond to drugs and alcohol. This time I would just read the Bible more and I would pray more. So I was developing the skills that I didn't have the last time that my life went down. When I first came to the Lord, when I first got baptized, I had a job, and I was a temporary, so it was easy to let me go. But truth be told, bro, it was political, and I knew it was. You know what I mean? And I was really disappointed with their decision because, like I said, I have a pretty good resume, and I was doing pretty good, man. Just couple weeks before, they're talking about giving me a raise, and next thing you know, man, boom, out of left field, man, you don't even see it coming. And because it's politics, because one particular group gets unhappy with you, and people are just vindictive, bro. People, if you're not willing to join them, people cut you off, bro, because they believe that their way is the only way, and that's a very narrow-minded, bro. And that used to upset me. But now, when narrow-minded people reject me, I accept it as a compliment that I didn't fit into their narrow views, bro. You know what I mean? So I've learned to grow through all of this, man. I go again, like I said, I go back to the story of Joe. I go back to the Bible. Joseph in the Old Testament, bro, that brother went through a lot, man. I've been through a lot, bro, but that brother went through a lot, man. He was sold into slavery, falsely accused, thrown into a pit.
Prison.
He was in prison. And if you think about it, bro, that's our story, bro. We were thrown into the pit of addiction, bro, by a lot of people, bro. You know what I mean? And see, I tie everything back, bro, and that's why I search for my comfort, bro. But anyways, man, after that job ended, bro, it took me like 3.5 years, bro. I couldn't get a job nowhere, bro. I mean, nowhere. And I have a good resume, and nobody was hiring me, bro. So I went 3.5 years, bro, doing daily labor. But see, I learned about my daily bread, bro. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then I would volunteer a lot of work, bro. I would give away services, bro. Just anything not to sit idle. That was really important to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would go clean churches. I would go do anything. Watch. I help people. Well, we can't pay you. I said, well, it's all right. Just buy the material. You know what I mean? Because it was important that I stayed busy. And I was almost working my own rehab without realizing it. Because what happens when these guys go to
Yeah.
rehab, brother? They do a lot of volunteer work. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
God had me in a program, bro, without me even realizing I was working in rehab. You know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
did that, bro. And the next thing you know, bro, I started catching some breaks, man. Crip PD asked me to be their chaplain. I tripped out. I was like, maybe a
Wow.
chaplain? You know what I mean? Because at the church, I was really involved. You know, when the funerals, policemen come in, they see you, serving. And then one of their high ranking officers was a member of the church. And it was my brother Randy Stewart, and he passed away. Man, I miss him, but he's the one that approached me, and I was like, yeah, you know what I mean? Sure, let me
Yeah.
pray. Let me ask Pastor, see what he thinks, because I really wouldn't make a move, bro, without seeking counsel. Because I was looking back at my life, all my moves didn't work, bro. So
You
I
you
really
made
went,
all these mistakes,
yeah,
huh?
bro. I really went like strict on, okay, look, if I don't do wrong, you can't accuse me. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
really buckled down, bro. And anyways, man, let me see. I don't know what this thing is popping up on my screen. My wife's computer.
Oh.
Okay, sure. There it is. Anyways, I became a chaplain, bro. And then um the day the day before that, there was a position open at the schools for grounds. And honestly, bro, I had applied like 3 or 4 times, and they never even gave me an interview, bro. So I had grown discouraged. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's
Yeah.
easier not to in order to not hear no, we just don't ask, bro. And that's a
Isn't that
terrible
the
thing when
truth?
we get to that place in life, man. Like, you know what, bro? I'll go hungry before I ask because I can't handle no more no's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even now, again, I'm a man of faith. I mean, I'm trying to change my life and everything. But I went ahead and I went to the interview, bro. And then at that time, the next day, that's when they asked me to be chaplain. So I go to this interview, man, and they asked me about my felonies. I had 2 felonies. I had a 6 and a 5, man. What was it? A drug paraphernalia and unlawful flight. And I said, you
Hmm.
know what? I said, I'm glad you asked me, man, because whether it's me or somebody else, these whoever you hire is gonna be around our kids, man. You know what I mean? I'm glad you're
Yeah.
screening us, man. You know what I mean? I come to
Yep.
a place of redemption. I don't have nothing to hide no more. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I shared with them my story a little bit. You know what I mean? And 2 days, the next day, bro, they called me, and so the next day I became a chaplain. Okay, and I didn't have no car, bro. I didn't have no gas money, nothing, man, to go to Havasu to go get a chaplain outfit, a uniform. And I was
Yeah.
kind of dating Barbara, you know what I mean? But I was real subconscious, bro. I was like, man, I can't even afford to feed myself. What am I trying to do? Give me a girlfriend, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it was real humbling, bro. And so I called her up, and I said, hey, I got to go to Havasu. I'm sorry, because when me and her, if we went anywhere, I always insisted in paying, and I insisted in contributing to gas, because not because I'm a tough macho man, because see, I didn't want to take advantage of her. That wasn't
Yeah.
fair to her. You know what I mean?
I
My
know
mistakes
Barbara.
were mine.
She is an amazing woman. She's got a heart of gold.
And I've seen a lot of people take advantage of her over the years. So I was like,
Oh,
I'm not gonna get on that list. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
there were times to tell her I'm sorry I can't go. It's because I couldn't afford to pay my own way. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And it was just important. And it had nothing to do with trying to be a man. It had everything to do with being fair to her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and anyway, she gave me a ride up to Havasu to get my uniform, and the schools called me, bro, and they said they're going to give me a chance. And I always remember the words, bro. I said, we decided to give you a chance. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. You know what I mean? And what I got to do next? And we got to go do a background and all this. And I was like, okay, I'll do all that. And we hung up the phone, bro. I started crying, bro. I mean, I was bawling like a baby,
Yeah.
bro. because I didn't realize how much weight I had on my shoulders. You don't know how much you have on you until it's taken off, bro. And you're like, oh
Yep.
man, I just caught my breath. You know what I mean?
You can
After years
breathe.
and years, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, long
Yeah.
story short, bro, I ended up getting out to schools, bro. Got on pushing a lawnmower, bro. I was the happiest lawnmower pushing Mexican you want to see, bro. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, God bless you. You know what I mean, bro? I was
Yeah.
happy, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because it was a
That's like
job,
God
bro.
right there, man. He took care of
Yeah.
you. He gave you that opportunity, you
Gave me
know?
opportunity, bro. And it's funny because before I got the job at the schools, I did work at Taco Bell for a little bit. But and I was always that kind to say I'm never gonna work fast food, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that was being prideful. And next thing I know, I'm like, hey, would that be a soft taco or a hard taco? You know what I mean? Because God humbled me, bro. So I did that for a while too. So I would do a lot of odd jobs, but as far as like an 8 to 5, I didn't have. So anyways, bro, I got on with the schools. It's been going on 8 or 9 years already, bro. I think 8 years. I'm
Oh,
going on
wow.
and out. You
So
know
you're
what I mean?
still working with the schools.
What's that? Yeah,
You're
I'm still
still working
working
at
it,
the
bro.
school.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got on, like I said, I was on grounds. Then I went
Wow.
over to the maintenance department, and then this position opened up at Blake, bro. That it's the BMC room, bro. Basically, little guys get in trouble, they send them to you. You kind of redirect their energy. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I had a couple people reach out to me and ask me if I was interested, and I was like, yeah, I would like that job, bro. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool,
Yeah.
the life that I live now and everything I've been through, I think I can use my experiences to help others, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so I got the job. I got blessed to get the job, bro. I've been there, like I said, I've been with the school since 14, bro. So what's that? Coming up on 8 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 8 years.
And and things just dramatically changed for me, bro. But along the
Wow.
way, bro, there's been discouragement, there's been disappointments, there's been some
Yeah.
problems. You finally come out of your addiction, then you start seeing other problems in the family, or you know what I mean. I do a juvenile ministry before COVID hit. I was real active, going to the juvenile once a week. You know what I mean, talking to young people. I go to the jails. They actually call me to go over there and talk to inmates now. You know what I mean, and
Wow.
so I've been doing all that. So I just felt like God completely redirected my life, bro. I went back to court. I had my records vacated, you know what I mean, which was awesome, bro. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, I had them completely expunged. At the time too, I owed like $1,700 in fines still. And I went back. I was like, and I straight up told the judge, I said, and I did say, you guys took a lot from me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to blame nobody. I'll hold myself accountable. But y'all took a lot from me. Something you can't give
Yeah.
me back. You can't give me those years. I can't go back and raise my children. I can't undo what they've been through. I said, y'all took a lot from me. Now you want 1,700? You know what I mean? And
Yeah. How many years or how much time did you serve altogether?
I was in and out of the counties, bro. So I never did like a stretch. I never got sent off to prison, but I was always in and out of the local jails or in
Got it.
Yuma or in Phoenix. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it'd be hard to put a number on it. A few months here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Few
How did
weeks
you
here.
avoid state prison time with 2 felonies?
Because it was a 5 and a 6, and I had no criminal record prior. You
Gotcha.
know what I mean? I had no
Gotcha.
criminal record prior, and I think that really helped me. And like I said, prior, I was able to, you know, go back and show, like, look, I've always lived a good life. I'm in a bad chapter because of this messy divorce. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
did get some favor there. I did get some help. You know what I mean? And honestly, the higher felonies, I mean, it's going to depend. You're probably going to look time at anything felony, 1 through 4, probably, definitely.
Right.
But you get up around 5 or 6. You know what I mean? They ain't trying to overload them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but anyways, I got my records vacated, and I was able to show all my services. All the places I volunteered, going to
Yeah.
the juvenile. I'm a chaplain now. So they converted my fines to community service, and then they were
Wow.
satisfied with my community service that I had already done and squashed it all right there, brother. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It was a trip,
Wow.
man. You know what I mean?
A
But
fresh start.
yeah, it was a complete fresh start for me. You know what I mean? But it left me humble, bro. I like to think I was a humble man, but it taught me a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see at people. I was working with this group one time, bro, and we're doing construction. We went to his house to do some work, and there was beer bottles broken everywhere and cans. And remember, a couple of guys I was working with were real critical of the house. And I said, I'm not seeing broken bottles. I'm seeing alcoholism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not just
Yeah.
seeing alcoholism. I'm seeing a root problem. Why are people self-medicating? So it's helped me look at life differently, bro. You know what I mean? It's taught me that
Absolutely.
every human being on this earth, bro, deserves love, respect, affection.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a story, man. You know what I mean? Everybody should
Yeah.
be
They
heard.
do.
You know what I mean? Everybody deserves an opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If there's some bad people out there, bro, that's for God to sort out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's God's.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
And that's, that was really what motivated me. I've been doing this thing, doing this, my recovery. I'm going on almost 40. Well, December will be 4 years. So
praise
3
God.
years and a little. And thanks to God, I have not had any relapses. I've
Yeah.
been, just like you, I immersed myself into work. I started my
Yeah.
own business, and really enjoy that. But that's what motivated me to start this page, is because everybody has a story. In my Facebook, I see a bunch of like gurus, these millionaires saying, "Do this with your life, do this with your life," and I thought to myself, what impact does that have on or the normal person,
Yeah.
struggling?
Yeah.
And so that's why it was so important to get like just normal people that have overcome, man, some really difficult battles, because what I'm hoping and praying is that somebody out there right now is
Mhm.
going through that turmoil, looking for hope, and we can be beacons of hope. That's really what
Most,
I'm
most,
hoping to do.
most
That's all
definitely.
they need is hope and love.
Yeah.
You know,
Most
once
definitely.
once once I started seeing some hope, and very much like me, I fell in love with a woman who saw some kind of greatness in me, and she
Hmm.
was determined to see that come to fruition.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but having a woman by your side that sticks by you, sees the
Hmm.
greatness in you, encourages you, never gives up, um, that's a gift that
Yeah.
there's nothing else like it on earth. Nothing else.
The Bible actually says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and shall obtain favor from the Lord." There's scripture to back up what you're saying. A
Wow.
wife is your friend. A wife is your supporter. A wife is your person in the trenches with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, having Barbara in my life has been very helpful with me too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the process. And the one thing I've learned, bro, you never find help that don't need help themselves. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
my
as we
gosh.
receive, we're always in position. And see, because we were created, bro, with certain skills. And those skills, bro, I often say this: look, a basketball team needs a coach, but a real coach needs a basketball team. And what I
Absolutely.
mean by that is that we have something in us that needs to come out of us. So when you're in a
Yeah.
healthy relationship, there says give and take, give and take. You know what I mean? And yeah, it definitely has helped me, bro. You know what I mean? My biggest motivation, is help people avoid what I went through, bro. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
work with kids
Yeah.
over here at the schools, bro. You know what I mean? I work with kids, bro, and I encourage them, bro. I'm not a quote unquote official teacher, but I feel if you're an adult and you're on a school campus or anywhere you're at, you are a
Yeah.
teacher because children are
Absolutely.
watching us. You know what I mean? And then I do develop good friendship with the man. You know what I mean? I'll tie your shoe once or twice, but I want to see you learn how to tie it. You know what I mean? I have a kid come
Absolutely.
up and ask me what day it is. I'll tell them the date, but I'm gonna start asking you what day it is. Because see, when they're
Yeah.
asking me, they're telling me what they don't know too. You know what I mean? And I'll take it upon myself. Hey, homie, come here, man. Give me the days of the week. You know what I mean? Or hey, you know how to tell time. You know what I mean? And see, the more we equip human beings with the ability to think, the more that we
Yeah.
equip human beings with self-esteem, because you feel
Yeah.
good when you can tie your own shoe. You know what I mean?
Yep.
When you realize you can rely on yourself. The more that we can equip young people, brother, when life comes at them, bro, they'll be better equipped, bro. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
go out into the world not knowing how to tie your shoes, not knowing what day it is, bro. You're like just like prey, man, for the predators out there, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Set up
So
for failure.
yeah, it is, bro.
It
So
is.
I use my time now. You know what I mean? I use social media a lot too. You know what I mean? I use my time a lot, bro, to try to help others. You know what I mean? I have a lot of
Yeah.
people do reach out to me. You know what I mean? Via messenger, whatnot. We have men's meetings. That stuff I do on my own, not necessarily affiliated with the church. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although I did find a nice home church right now that we're very contented. Calvary here in town.
Yeah.
The brother, the pastor, his story is just like ours, so it's easy to connect to him. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And there's
You
others,
know that
there's others out there.
it never ceases to amaze me that the folks that I've talked to through my recovery and really taken time to learn their story, the people with the worst backgrounds, they messed up the most.
Mm-hmm.
When they get it right, they really get it right.
Yeah.
You know, they live like it's their last day every day on the planet. They chase their dreams, they help others. It's inspiring, and it just breaks my heart that so few of us that get out of that addiction make it. You know, that so few of us make it.
I
And
lost 5 brothers, bro. Five. There was 8 boys in my family. 5 of them passed away to the streets, bro. You know what I mean?
wow.
So it's real personal to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was going to the juvenile until COVID hit. I like to get back in there as soon as I can. Tribes still very restrictive with what they're allowing, and I have to respect that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, my motivator, bro, is just impacting lives, bro. If you impact a man, you impact everything connected to him. If you
Isn't
impact a
that
child,
truth?
you impact his future. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think.
And isn't it for me, it's a humbling experience to the core. I mean, it gives me goosebumps
Yeah.
when I'm able to help coach people through some struggles and see them grow and see them heal. You know, that's talk about, I did a bunch of drugs thinking they all felt good.
Mhm.
Nothing feels as good. It's like giving myself back to people hurting. I understand. And yeah, man, your story has been something else. Your story has been something else.
It's been quite the turnaround, bro. I mean, I was just, like I used to walk by this house I live in now, bro. I never thought one day I'll own that house, bro. I was just walking by all
Yeah.
strung out, bro. You know what I mean? When I first started cutting grass over here at the schools, I never looked over and said that's gonna be my office. You know what I mean? But
Right.
I've always been the type to push forward. And I'll be honest with you, I took a pay cut to take the last job that I have, bro. And then God gave me more somewhere else. So it worked
Yeah.
out, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Well, the
because I
Bible
have
says the world will make room for your gifts.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it will make room
yeah,
for your
yeah.
gifts. Once you started sharing that with the world, that's exactly what happened.
Exactly. And and I really believe that there's a lot of people, that need help, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I was out there, cutting grass and whatnot, I would look at the playground, bro, and I noticed that child is not really interacting. And I would wonder what happened, you know what I mean? Because a child should come to school happy, you know what I mean? And
Yep.
I think that God put me there for a reason, in due season, he might move me to a different department or maybe work with older kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it really is humbling, bro. I respect you a lot. What you're doing is incredible, David. Your story is remarkable. It's a miracle within itself. I'm watching you starting businesses on here on the constant grind, on the constant hustle, bro. I respect that, bro. From one man to another, I respect you.
Appreciate that.
You know what I mean? You're showing others, bro. I'm a firm believer, bro, that whatever door we go through, because it's a political world, whatever door we go through, our conduct will either leave that door open for the man behind us, or it'll
Yeah.
shut it. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So I understand that we're all in this together. That me coming through and producing might let that old homeboy come through next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
That's
it is
true.
a very political world, bro. So you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that was exactly why I started the business that I started. I have all this experience. I had 20 years of experience prior to my addiction in building businesses, and I sold a couple of businesses, but quickly blew all of that money on drugs.
Yeah.
And everything that I do in my life, I look for an opportunity to make a positive impact on others.
Yeah.
And so when I started to think about a business model and how I can employ that feeling that I wanted to share with others, it just made sense. I'm going to go into marketing. I'm going to help small businesses grow their business. And either I'm a masochist and love to torture myself, or this is just my calling. But the guys that I pick are always just starting out. They don't have a big bankroll to pay me. It's a grind. It is a serious grind, and I pick customers that can truly use, and what's interesting is this is funny. 9 times out of 10, like I run their marketing for them, their advertising. 9 times out of 10, the biggest impact that I have on them is showing them that they can do it on their own. And so I have a high turnaround in my client base because it's not about me and getting them hooked on what I'm offering. It's about me teaching them how to fish. And at some point in time, they go off and do it on their own. And so, as a business model, that's not great. But man, there's so many. There's a handful of customers out there, that we're struggling to keep the bills made, and they've got multi-million-dollar companies now. Simply just because of the belief I instilled in them, which is totally crazy. But that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about, is believing that our gifts deserve, that the world is thirsty for our gifts. It's about believing that we have something great to share. And our mind tells us all these lies. You're not good enough. You're just a drug addict. Your felonies will stop you from making an impact. And they're all lies. They're all lies that our insecurities and traumas are telling us. And so I really appreciate that because, obviously we have to feed our families, but it's been really nice to take, like we said, the world will make room for your gifts. And I've been going at it, and it was tough. I used to run a company from a tent in the middle of the desert.
I remember you sharing those posts, man. Yeah.
And it was tough, man. It was tough. And, talk about the lies that our insecurities tell us. Every time I picked up the phone to call another potential customer, I would be sweating. I remember so often I couldn't hear the customers because it was 112 degrees in the Kingman Desert, and my ear had sweat so much that it soaked the speaker. I couldn't hear. And I remember going through these phone calls and trying to keep my composure and trying to keep my positive frame of mind. And it was hard, man. It was hard. But all of that was so much easier than convincing myself that I was worth it, that I had something special to share. And it's hard for me because I try to stay humble. So saying that I have something special to share with the world is, it kind of messes with my ego a little bit. Like I start to feel like, oh, here goes my head. But we all have something special. You have it. Everybody has something special. And so I don't think we should feel egotistical to say that. I mean, the gifts that we were given by God.
The Bible actually says that a man's gift will bring him before great men. So the Bible talks about this. Look at the story of Joseph. Have you read the story of Joseph in the Old Testament? That's a powerful story. All that man had was a gift, and because of his gift, he was hated. But yet, because of his gift, God used him and moved him along. But as I was listening to you talk right now, brother, what you're helping, okay, so you're helping people's business grow, but that's a byproduct. What you're doing is you're helping people grow. And the byproduct of that is their business grow, bro.
That's exactly
and I admire you for that. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. And I think you could agree with this. And I too try to be a humble man. But anybody that can survive the hard streets, bro, being shot at, being stabbed, I've OD'd, I've been left for dead, complete heartbroken, complete mental meltdown. I mean, honestly, bro, we would be on here all night. You know what I mean? I kind of just skimmed over my story a little bit. But get into the nitty gritty, bro, those dark nights. You know what I mean? Anybody that can survive that, bro, if our life is a resume, and then our resume is a perseverance, of endurance, of creativity, survival. Those are all skills that can be utilized, bro, in the business world, bro, and life itself. You know what I mean? Because surviving an addiction is not easy, bro. You know what I mean?
No, it almost killed me a few times.
Me too, bro. I've had one foot in the grave more times than I care to remember. You know what I mean? And God had a plan, bro. You know what I mean? Because I had lost my will. You know what I mean? Now there's hard days and times, bro, but they're sober. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's stresses associated with life, but they're sober. You know what I mean? And we continue plugging along. You get to the point to where my sobriety is no longer just mine; it's everybody else who's following me or everybody associated with me, bro. Because I understand that as we lead, we're also followers of others, and now we're leading. So we're all one link in this really big chain of sobriety, bro. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
incredible. I was doing this ministry with this group out of San Francisco, out of the Bay Area, Joy of the Lord. Man, I would love to plug you in. They have meetings on Monday nights. I was doing it on Zoom. I can put you in touch with the lady who coordinates the speakers. You would be an awesome speaker, bro. You know.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I would love to do that.
Okay.
That sounds awesome.
When we're done on Messenger, I'm gonna shoot you my phone number and then text me yours, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna text your information to her and say you got to meet this guy, you got to talk to him, and it will work out.
Man,
Yeah,
I appreciate
and they're
that.
just down to earth. The conversations are like this. It's like Hollywood Squares, man. Everybody's on there, and
Yeah.
everybody's talking, and but yeah, you have a lot to offer, David. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
I
it's
appreciate
admirable,
that.
bro. You
I
know, man, it's very
appreciate that.
admirable, bro. And what you're doing, you know, you're marketing, but you're marketing people, bro, and you're humble
Yeah.
enough to use your own life experiences to say, look, this is possible. You know what I mean? Come on,
Yes.
man. And man, don't go from sitting in a tent with a sweaty ear, bro, to where you're living at now, bro. You know
It
what I mean?
was difficult. Yeah, I just
Yeah.
paid cash for an acre, 1.25 acres here in Utah,
Wow.
overlooking the rim of the Grand Canyon, basically. Yeah,
Wow.
man,
Congratulations.
I couldn't have done it without God, man. I couldn't have
Yeah.
done it without His encouragement. The people that He brought into my life, my woman, and this is a funny thing too. You talked about those who help us heal need healing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
My fiance's story is unique because she was a polygamist. She
Mm.
had 9 sister wives. She
Yeah.
had one husband. She was
Yeah.
part of the FLDS church
Mm-hmm.
here in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And once the leader had been arrested and
Yeah.
sent to prison, the church began to crumble. And so she made her exit. She seen some things that really worried her. And it was, even though she didn't have an addiction, she went out into the world with no support, no
Uh-huh.
family, nothing. And yeah, there was, I mean, it was mutual. We
Yeah.
both gave each other encouragement and saw something special in each other. And her story is something amazing. But yeah, that's how I ended up here in Utah. And everybody jokes about whether I'm going to bring in more wives, and that's not the case. It's not the case. I want to give
No,
all of my love and affection to this one beautiful soul that was there for me when nobody else was. You
yeah.
know, um,
That's
it,
beautiful.
it was something cool, and I got a kid on the way.
Oh, praise
I'm so
God.
excited.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
so excited.
Yeah,
Baby girl on the way.
and that's wonderful, bro. And and as you grow again, others will see what's possible, the changes that are possible, bro. You know what I mean? We recently had a swimming pool put in, bro. I grew up swimming in the canals on the valley, bro. Come on, man. What
That's
am I
true.
getting a swimming pool for, bro? You know what I mean?
That's
But
true. You
at the
live on
bottom,
river.
at the bottom of the pool, I put in scripture, bro. I put in Matthew 28:19, therefore go out and baptize all nations in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Because my transformation took place under the water.
It
So I
did.
didn't forget that. So I put scripture in the bottom of my pool. Even the pool builders were like, I don't think we've ever had a request like this. Guess what? I got to share my testimony with them. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
and when
Yeah.
you're free from something, you don't have a problem talking about it. You know what I mean?
No,
I don't.
no.
I'll share my story all day because I'm not there no more. You know what I mean?
That's so funny you say that because so many people, I am so open. I am as transparent and open as they come. And I talk
Yeah.
about, my life and the lessons that I learned. And yeah, some people are like, dude, why do you put yourself out there?
Yeah.
Because there are still people that prejudge me.
Yeah.
I have some clients right now that I work with that very close friends told them, don't mess with Dave. He's a former drug addict. He doesn't know what he's doing. And they believed in me. I was working for him for free to show them what I could do.
Yeah.
And they believed in me. And yeah, they're one of my biggest clients now. But it's hard, being that transparent and being that open. People are going to make judgments, and I don't care. That's their deal to settle.
Yeah. Well, I
I'm
always
looking
say,
for the people I can help.
yeah, I always say, bro, when people use our past mistakes mistakes our past character to deny us an opportunity, it's not our past character on display, but their current character on display.
Oh man, I couldn't have said it better.
You know,
Couldn't have said
and
it
then
better.
with that, I try to give them the grace and the mercy that I received. You know, it's
Yeah.
challenging sometimes, bro, because we're still men. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
no, bro. Honestly, I think if you took a group of addicts like ourselves, bro, um, you know, because the one thing about us addicts, ex addicts, we normally stay in our lane. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know, if I work for a company, I stay in my lane. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like on a football team, everybody's got an assignment. But man, our hustle and our ability to survive, brother, you take a group of us and you form a business, man,
Yep.
I think the business would go straight up, bro. Because
Yep.
you know what?
True.
If you can survive that, if you can survive
Yes.
that, man,
Yep.
I don't think
You
there's
might
nothing an
survive
ex addict.
anything.
I don't think there's nothing an ex addict cannot accomplish, bro. I really
Not with the
don't.
right mindset. That's
Yeah,
what it is all about, is the right
because
mindset. You know,
you know,
all of our successes and our future, it all happens right here between our ears, you
yeah,
know. And
yeah,
so I'm going to wrap this up. I don't want to take up all of your evening, but before we go, talk with that idea in mind of, you know, what the addict can accomplish when they turn their life around. There's going to be people that are suffering that see this video. They're suffering right now. They're in an active addiction. They feel hopeless. What would you say to that person right now to give them hope and sort of direction?
I think the first thing that we start to experience when we start turning our life around is the inner peace. That we start feeling
Yeah.
hope within ourselves. We start
Yeah.
quieting down all the outside world. We start holding ourselves worthy. We start learning. It's all about an interpersonal growth. And as that develops, and then opportunities present themselves, whether it's through employment, housing,
True.
um, you know what I mean? But I would tell any addict that the greatest reward of sobriety is that feeling, bro. It's that beautiful feeling. It makes me
Isn't it?
emotional because,
Yeah, it
man, that
does.
feeling, brother, I'm no longer an addict. There's no feeling
Yep.
like it. I can't even put it
It's
in words,
not.
bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know. Look, I'm
That
starting to get emotional. Yeah.
that's powerful.
And then
Yeah.
part of why I'm so transparent about because I'm proud of the fact that I'm part of the 3% of the addicts that make it. You know, I
Three
like you, I
percent.
had
I didn't
one
know
foot.
that, bro. 3%, huh?
3% of meth addicts actually make it to recovery and never relapse.
Wow.
Yeah, only 3%. So it's you know what, that's just a testament to how powerful that drug is, how powerful the lifestyle is. And yeah, and you know what's funny is that feeling. I'm all about embracing failure and
Mhm.
that feeling, the fulfillment that you get from overcoming, you know, an addiction. It's the same because maybe people aren't experiencing addiction, but they're experiencing failures or setbacks or mistakes in their lives that are, you know, they're getting some negative repercussions from. Um, you know, all of that can change in an instant, but it's all about your mind frame and like you said, seeing hope and feeling hope within yourself.
Yeah.
And when you start to knock down your roadblocks to success, it's there's not a word to describe it. It's
It's very true,
unbelievable.
bro. It's very true.
Yeah,
You know,
it's unbelievable.
and to touch a little bit on what you said, I have people say the same thing to me, like, dude, why you always talk about your past? I said, because somebody else lives in my past. You know what
That's
I mean?
right.
Somebody else is still out there. And I
Yep.
believe, bro, that if you survive something horrible, we have an obligation to tell people there is survival. You
Isn't
know what I
that the
mean?
truth?
You know, there is
Because
survival.
maybe they don't see it. You
Yeah.
know, when I
And I
was in
go ahead.
when I was in active addiction, I remember like so many of the other addicts that I would use
Yeah.
with, they had just accepted that they were an addict, that there was
Yeah.
no future, no life to look forward to. And that is just not the case.
No,
It's not the case.
no.
There's a
There-
beautiful, amazing, fulfilling life waiting for
there is.
you
Yeah.
once you commit to something great, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And again, bro, the greatest reward of sobriety, you'll always find it in the mirror. I mean,
Isn't that the truth, man?
and
Listen, Victor, this has been such a great interview.
thank you, brother.
Love it. I'm going to have you on again. Definitely do this
Definitely.
again.
Yeah,
And yes,
definitely.
please send me the info. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you think
definitely.
that my story will help, I'd love to
I
share
know it
it.
will. I know it definitely will. And honestly, um, I just think it's a good thing. I think you can pick up a lot of connections. There's a pretty good group. Some of the people are tapping in from London. It's actually
Wow.
worldwide. So it's out of the Bay Area, but sometimes they'd be people from different places. So
Yeah,
when we're done, I'm gonna shoot you my phone number. Then text me,
sounds good.
identify yourself and all that, and then I'm gonna get a hold of them, and then we'll see. We'll start connecting dots, and in God's timing,
Sounds
that'll happen.
good.
I love you. I
Well, listen,
respect you.
Victor, thank you so much for giving me some time tonight. Give Barbara a big old hug. Let her know Dave says hi, and keep moving forward and keep making that positive impact, man. You are something special.
I look forward to our next meeting, my friend. God bless you.
You too, man. Talk to you later.
All right, brother.
Bye bye.